This is The Scoop for Friday.
I'm Sean Canan with the WMNF News headlines. This week, the Trump administration exempted oil and gas drilling in the Gulf from requirements under the Endangered Species Act. WMNF's Juanita Hurtado-Huerfano reports environmental groups fear the move could put nearly 10 marine species at risk of extinction.
The government's Endangered Species Committee released the exemption, saying it was needed to address the energy instability the U.S. is experiencing. The country has been struggling with rising gas costs since the war in Iran began. But for Brett Hartle, the government affairs director at the Center for Biological Diversity, the exemptions are more political posturing than solutions.
It has never been the case that taking reasonable science-based conservation measures has impacted military readiness, national security, energy security in the history of the Endangered Species Act over the last 53 years.
He also pointed to the broadcast of the cabinet meeting last week where President Trump claimed the U.S. creates more oil than it consumes. In response to the exemption, the Center for Biological Diversity and other groups sued the administration.
There is no valid reason to give the fossil fuel industry this exemption, and in fact, they never asked for it. They did not apply to have an exemption from the Endangered Species Act. So we think we have a pretty good chance of overturning this and saving the Rice's whale and other marine wildlife from extinction.
The Rice's whale is only found in the U.S. and currently has less than 100 existing members. For WMNF News, I'm Juanita Hurtado-Huerfano.
A new variant of COVID-19 is in at least 25 states, including Florida. That's according to the CDC. WMNF's Chris Young reports on what's called cicada.
BA 3.2 is a heavily mutated version of the virus that causes COVID-19. It earned the name cicada because it went dormant, then resurfaced in the U.S. Dr. Stephen Goldberg is the chief medical officer of HealthTrack RX. He and others say there is no evidence that this strain has different symptoms from regular COVID.
The reason for concern is this virus has a lot of changes to its coat. But how those changes show up in people, it's too early to tell. We'll probably get a better view toward the end of June.
Current symptoms of COVID include fever or chills, cough, shortness of breath, and a sore throat, among other things. According to CBS News, a study found that the COVID-19 vaccine is less effective against this strain than against others. Chris Young, WMNF News.
Yesterday, the Tampa City Council approved giving a city-owned land to a business owner in exchange for land he owns being turned over to a nonprofit such as the Zion Cemetery Maintenance and Preservation Society. That land on North Florida Avenue contains the graves of about 800 black people. A Tampa Bay Times investigation in 2019 revealed the lost burial ground, and there are others documented in the city and elsewhere. A nonprofit is seeking $8 million from the city of Tampa to restore the cemetery and create a monument. A local organization is launching a $1 million campaign. WMNF's Zoe Sachs reports it's to support local minority and family-owned businesses.
The Tampa Bay Black Chamber of Commerce is launching a No Business Left Behind initiative that will serve 500 entrepreneurs. Kamisha Michaels, the vice president of the Chamber's board, says the program will refresh the way people are taught to design a business.
How we were taught to build a business is outdated. It is built on old systems, and with all this technology coming in, it's not taken into consideration on how we should build businesses today in this environment. And so it can cause a lot of frustration for business owners. So we wanted to build programs that actually address those issues.
The Chamber will launch their initiative on Saturday. They will host free healthcare screenings and hold fundraisers. It's at Genesis of Tampa from 11 in the morning to 3 in the afternoon. You can find out more at tbbcci.org. For WMNF News, I'm Zoe Sachs.
It'll be partly cloudy, breezy, and hot today with highs in the high 80s. Tonight, partly cloudy and breezy, overnight lows in the mid-60s. Sunny, breezy, and hot again tomorrow with highs in the high 80s. I'm Sean Canan with the WMNF News headlines.
This is The Scoop, recorded at WMNF Tampa.